to you. Again, they need responsibility. They need responsibility and they need respect. Probably the most important thing for kids that age that parents can do is to help them pursue what it is that they love to do. To provide them support, if it's baseball or tap dancing or science experiments, I mean, just whatever it is, and to accept that it's going to change. You know, oh, good, my son is going to be no, but he likes something else this month. It's going to change, but you're gonna follow those interests and be there for them. But don't take over for them. We grown-ups have a real tendency to take over for our kids. You know, the little one is trying to figure out where the shape fits. I have yet to see a parent who doesn't say, we really need not to do that. and the same goes for, you know, as your kids get older. I mean, really, it's how to be supportive and stay out of their way. I mean, Montessori felt that there was a war, a battle going on between parents and children, because parents didn't know how to be developmentally supportive, and they ended up squashing their kids. And they didn't mean to, because their parents love them kids, and their parents want the very best for their kids. But because we didn't understand how to be developmentally supportive, we were really doing them in. And, you know, there are all kinds of theories. There's the over-permissive parent, and there's the too-rigid parent, and then there's a parent who's right in the middle and does everything perfectly. Well, I don't know any of them. But, I mean, to you. But, you know, I think really, you know, really loving your child and respecting your child and knowing that there's somebody in there that's trying to come out and observing and trying to figure out who it is, you know. And being there in that way, instead of, it's really hard not to project all our stuff on our kids. Now that I'm a grandma, I can say that. But yeah, it's really so hard. Those are the kinds of things I would say. You know, it's always being able to pull back, being able to pull back, being able to pull back, but having them know that you're there and that you love them no matter what.
So how do you address limits in that way? How do you address limits?
You mean as a parent or
as
as a teacher?
To a lower elementary child that is at home and you want to support him or her. You know, if their interest takes them somewhere where it's not okay. I don't know.
Oh, exactly. If it's not safe, it's not safe.
How do you address it? Like, how did you present that no?
You present the no with the why. And if it's sort of not safe, but they're probably not going to kill themselves, but they might, you know, like get a healthy bruise. You know, there's nothing wrong with logical consequences. I think giving them advice, saying, you know, I really think that, you know, not such a great idea. These are the kinds of things that I see that could happen. And, you know, but you can give it a try and see what you think. I mean, within limits. I'm not saying, you know, go play on the railroad tracks and see what happens. But, you know, I think in our society today, we tend to be very overprotective. Or that's what it seems to me, looking at this from when I was a kid and when my kids were growing up. I mean, our kids, I mean, when they're little, you know, everybody has a baby monitor, right? So every breath is heard. And then, you know, when they're in preschool, they always have to be within sight and sound of an adult. So those children cannot have a private moment. I'm serious. I mean, we're just literally, the laws in the state of California say that every child in your environment must be within sight and sound at all times. So that means we really should be watching them while they're going to the bathroom. I have kids who get driven, kids who live, maybe 8-10 blocks away, who get driven to school every morning, and they're 12, 13. They really could walk. I mean, we're an overprotective society. So that's my perspective, and I think it's okay to let them, give them there's not enough rope to hang themselves, but enough rope to see that rope can be dangerous, and that they could find that out on their own and not have it always be that the grown-up is saying what the rules are without the child understanding why they're there. But I think this is a tough time to be raising kids too. There's so many things out there that we didn't even have personal experience with. So we really don't quite know how to judge them. And, things are accelerating. Change is happening faster and faster and faster and faster. So the only thing I can see is that we really need to help them have a really good comfort level with change. Does that help?
Go ahead.
You haven't asked. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
It's following up on this kind of safety thing about, that goes back to the media piece. It's like, okay, media's everywhere and how to become savvy. But there's also, my 6-year-old just doesn't need to look at a screen that's full of,
No.
but that's like, if you're going to do research on the internet, that's what you see. It's like on the pages. And so I just don't think that that's appropriate. It's not letting them access appropriate information, because unless there's some kind of filters that block these ads and just really and just landing on things. You type in things and you think, I've done it myself. I was like looking for a little clip art, and there I was like, oh my gosh, in a public library. I'm like, really? I'm not wanting to do that. And so how do you navigate that? What's the time and the tools without putting our kids into stuff that they shouldn't be accessing?
No, I agree with you, and that's why, again, the adult, needs to know the technology sufficiently to know how to limit it and how to present it.
Well, I mean, if we're accessing the internet in our classroom, there
are all kinds of ways to screen that out. I mean, I don't personally know all of them, but I have somebody on my faculty who does. And there are ways to make sure that certain things can't be accessed. And it's apparently very easy. But I don't personally do it. But that it is possible. But I agree with you. I think a 6-year-old should be doing most of his research in books, because the kinds of things that he needs to know he probably can still find in books. And it's as you get older and as you become more specific in what it is that you're interested in, you're going to go beyond what's available in your library. You'll need to go out. You can go out to an expert, you can go out through the internet. There are all kinds of ways to expand your horizons. And that's why you have a guide in the classroom. They're not totally on their own, right? I wish I had one of those for me with the internet too.